Good morning and welcome to the Monday Morning Minute. I'm your host, Dr. Pete. As you can probably tell through my raspy voice that I've been a little under the weather. And although it's not fun to be home and be sick, not doing what you want, those times can be very reflective. And for me, over the past 5 days of laying on the couch, I watched a little television. And I watched a show, about a million of them, called Undercover Boss, which I'm sure you're familiar with, where the boss goes in undercover to find out what's going on in his corporation so that he might learn more about how to improve the quality of the work environment and the overall bottom line success of the business. But at any rate, what I found absolutely inspiring was this, that these people that were called back to the headquarters after, near the end of the show, they were, number one, thanked for doing the job that they do. The boss said thank you. And when you see the response on somebody's face and in their physiology, when someone recognizes them for something they do, it's unbelievable. I was kind of choked up and in tears watching just about every episode that I watched. And it taught me something, that it's our responsibility to build other people along our path. You may say, well, what about me? Who's going to build me up? Well, no one's going to build you up unless you're building someone else up first. It's always the way it works. You got to put yourself out there. So, second thing that I found was amazing was they not only received affirmation that they're important to the company, but they also offered them an opportunity to rise within the company and develop. And that was amazing. That brought out the most sense of emotion in these people. And it began to resonate with me how important it is that we say thank you and that we build people up with our words. Never has this been more important than as a parent. It's incredibly important to teach our children how much they mean to us. And our words can either hurt them or they can build them up. But I can tell you this, that those words are going to last a lifetime in the minds and souls of your children. And if you think I'm crazy, just think about your own childhood and what you experienced and how people spoke to you. Perhaps you were fortunate, like me, to have wonderful parents who were able to build me up on a consistent basis and constantly support my journey. But if that wasn't you, perhaps now, with a little perspective, you can learn to change that for the next generation, which would only improve the quality of yours. So I want to speak directly to all the dads out there today. Spend some time with your kids and be sure to build them up. Don't let life run you. Create the life that you want. Share time or share sentiments with your kids about how important they are to you and how wonderful they're doing. Today's world will teach your children about competition and how to beat the other guy down to get where you want to go. Maybe from a more well-lived perspective, your children will learn to be just themselves and that being just them is enough. And if they hear that from you, that'll be all they'll ever need and all they'll ever want. I hope this message gives you a little something to think about this week. Create the world that you want and help people around you to feel great about themselves. The sum of all that is joy and happiness. I hope to see you next Monday on the Monday Morning Minute.